Afternoon everyone. So as for today we are looking at what we call functions, which is a topic that comes every year in paper 1. We are asked to say the functions of g and h are defined by g of x should be equal to 3x plus 1 and h of x should be equal to x minus 1 over 2. Then we are told to find g inverse of x as well as these others. So how are we supposed to find it? So we have the solution. So we are finding the first one. So the first one requires us to find the inverse of g. So first we write g of x should be equal to 3x plus 1. Then what we are going to do is we are going to just let y be equal to g of x. After doing that, where there is g of x, we are going to put y. Therefore, our equation becomes equal to y should be equal to 3x minus 1 plus 1. Then we are going to make x the subject of the formula. So we have y minus 1 should be equal to 3x. Then from there we are going to divide. So we are dividing 3 throughout so that x remains alone. So we have our x being equal to y minus 1 over 3. If that's the case, we can say, therefore, our g inverse of x should be equal to, so here we are replacing with g inverse of x should be equal to this. Now remember, in our original equation there was no y, so where there is y, you put x. So we have our x minus 1 over 3 as our answer for the first one. Now looking at our b, we are told to say g h of x, which happens to be what we call a composite function. So we have our g h of x. So the meaning is you will write the function of the first letter g of x should be equal to 3x plus 1. Then from there you will say therefore g h of x should be equal to, where there is x in the function of g, you put the O of h of x. That's the meaning. So we are going to put 3. Where there is x, we are going to put the function for h of x, in which h of x is equal to x minus 1 over 2. So we are going to put x minus 1 over 2, then plus 1. So when we do that, we are going to multiply 3 throughout, of which we are going to have 3 by x, we have 3x minus 3 by 1, negative 1 is negative 3 over 2, then we have a plus 1. Then we are going to make 2 as the common denominator, of which we will have a 2 here, then we have 3x minus 3, then plus 2 divided by 1 is 2 times 1 gives us a 2. So when we subtract negative 3 plus 2, we are getting 3 minus 1 over 2 as our function for g h of x. Last but not the least, we are told to say x, the value of x, if g of x is equal to 22. So how are we going to do this? So we are told to say our g of x is equal to 22. So first we need to find g of x. So we are going to say our g of x should be equal to 3x plus 1. Then, therefore our g of x should be equal to what we call 3. Wherever there is x, we are going to put the function of g of x. So we have 3x plus 1, then plus 1. Then we are going to multiply 3 by 3, we are getting a 9x, 3 by 1, we are getting a plus 3, then plus 1. Then after that, we are going to say 9x plus 4. So upon doing this, we have g of x. Now, remember to say g of x is equal to 22. Therefore, where there is g of x, we are going to put a 22 here. So we are going to say, then our 22, since it's equal to g of x, should be equal to this. We have a 9x plus 4. Then collecting the like terms, we have a 22 minus 4 should be equal to 9x, of which when we subtract 22 minus 4, we are getting 18 should be equal to 9x. Then divide by 9, divide by 9, we are getting x being equal to 2. So this is how we go about with answering problems dealing with functions. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will subscribe and follow for more.